Do you know, while you've been enjoying the break, I'm completely exhausted now. David Van Day is in the studio.
Stop it. Stop it.
He has not stopped talking since he got in here.
Well, verbal diarrhea, you see. Can't help
it was all very interesting.
Was
you got
it?
up at 2
Good.
this
You hear
morning.
that?
You got up at 2 this morning to do your hair, you told us.
No, I went to bed. I did a shoot for OK. It took me till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I went to bed. I got up at 5 o'clock because it takes, you know, to put the makeup on, etc. Do the hair, and because it's not the jungle, you know, I've got all the hair dryers here, etc.
I can see.
Yeah.
You look rather attractive, actually. It has
you
to
know
be
what?
said.
I couldn't possibly comment, but I admire your honesty. And I've got to tell you, look, I've brought Martina Navratilova's balls with me, OK?
How lovely.
Yeah. No, we did one trial in the jungle where you had to go put balls in a teapot and fire them, and I got a bucket of water over my head. Very funny, thank you. Anyway, I picked one up afterwards. And I said, could you sign that? So she signed it for me, and then all the crew wanted one, didn't they?
Did you get one for all the crew?
Yeah, I got about 20 of them, yeah. But this is one.
Can we have one then? We can put it on our tree.
Well, she may be over in town next week. Who knows? So maybe you can get hold of her.
She's not as popular as you, though.
Of course not.
Actually,
Don't be ridiculous.
But my goodness, she made an impact. And when you came in, I think everyone went,
Can I move closer?
Thank goodness.
Sorry, Cameron.
You do love yourself, though, don't you?
I love you too.
I don't think you've got room to love anyone else, have you? Really?
I have. No, don't be like that. You're picking on me. What is it? You're bullying me. I'm not. Where's my bed?
What I really like about you, and you've seen it during the break as well, is you're just very honest. You're just very upfront and...
Yes. Well, I was just saying, he used me in a speech last week as well. Did I get any royalties for that?
No, that was a straightfored speech, but there's a lot to talk about with you.
We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about your speech. Talk about me.
But you are.
It's all about me.
Me. I'm a celebrity. Me. Come on. Oh,
what else would you like to tell us about you then? Oh, Biff Baff Boff.
Oh,
is that going to be
well, when we arrived in the jungle, of course, there was no bed for us in that camp, and they were awfully mean. Yeah. And Timmy was just going to take it lying down. He was, it's Boff, David. But Boff? I said, it's Biff Baff Boff. We've got a song out of it, a little ditty. Barry Upton, who wrote 5, 6, 7, 8, is putting it together as we speak in the studio. And on Friday, we'll be laying down the track vocals on it.
He's multi-talented, isn't he? That Barry 5, 6, 7, 8, Biff Baff.
He knows a ditty, he knows a daft ditty when he hears one. And we're going to knock number 1, X Factor, forget it. We'll be number 1 at Christmas.
What do your daughters make of all this?
They're totally embarrassed. They hide when I'm walking up and down the street.
They're gorgeous, there they are.
Girls,
They are beautiful.
What
I'm very lucky.
What did they say when you got out, though?
Oh, I think they were pleased to see me, of course, but, you know, I mean, I did very well. I got out there just the day before the final, and I thought I could do some shopping with them, you see. So it was my plan.
Yes,
sure. And I think if you hadn't have done all that stuff, talking to Nicola behind everyone's back and saying, hey, we could really do stuff here, I think you'd have come higher up in the...
Yeah, I think that was a fatal error. You're quite right, Fiona.
But
you know what? You know, you try these things. So I thought it was just about to go a bit dull, and I thought, let's go and see if she goes and spills the beans. That'll get things going. It did backfired a little bit because Joe got so upset with me, and he was my best friend in it, apart from Timmy. He really saved my life on 2 or 3 occasions, actually.
Well, we'll find out about that later.
No, I'm not. I'll stay with you.
He's not. Well, you can
who else
stay
are you
with her.
interviewing? You've got all these posh people on. Nigel Havers, Kate Winslet. I said, and I'm here to bring it all down to my level.
Here's Andrea with the weather.
We've got Andrea. She's not posh.
Andrea. Just say that. Say, here's Andrea with the weather.
Andrea, here's Andrea with the weather.
Thank you.
This is terrible, terrible stuff. It's just been reading the press cuts on poor old David Van Day.
What's worrying you?
Yes, he really is as ghastly as he comes over on TV. That's a terrible thing to say about you, isn't
You've made that up. That's not true. Yes, you did. You're trying to be controversial because you don't want a smooth running show, because that's what nearly happened to that show I was in until I arrived, of course.
It's a good job you arrived in there. You really stirred things up, didn't you?
Well, I didn't mean to, of course. People say, did I have a game plan? In actual fact, no, I didn't at all. But when I arrived and they didn't have those beds sorted out for me, I thought, well, hello, we might get a game plan. And I was after that bus, yeah?
You see, now I've met you, I know that there was no game plan, because you are who you are. And,
exactly.
There's absolutely no game plan there at all.
We're going to get on fine.
I know we are.
You should have come on the bus.
Shall we have a look at some... Shall we have a look at the highlights, and David and I will just get better
come on.
acquainted.
Let's look at me.
There we go.
Yes.
You realise how irritating you were being to those poor
I don't think I was irritated. My little Timmy, of course, Timmy Manners, he got a bit irritated sometimes, but they shouldn't have been so nasty to him because he meant it all, you know.
Well, Timmy's he's a nice guy,
yeah.
Timmy. He doesn't mean to be irritated.
And of course, it's been a great children's entertainer. If all the 4- and 5-year-olds had been watching, he would have been king, king, king. But of course, it was an adult arena as well, so he was falling, you know, in between a bit.
Are you glad Joe won in the end?
Absolutely, yeah. He saved my life a couple of times, I think. And when he came in and confessed, he had that prick of conscience, say he's been badly treated. I could say it and get away, but he can't. And I fell to my knees. Thank you, God. There is justice in this world.
Yeah, he was great. I think he was going to win right from the beginning, Joe, actually, because he just said, everything as he found it, didn't he? Now, Nicola, I'm sure you've been on the phone to her many times since you've been...
Nicolouse, as I call her, of course, you know. She can't stay off the phone to me. But, you know, I hang up all the time. I'm sorry, it's too late. You should have sorted it out in the jungle. Bye-bye, darling. Off you go.
But you see, you knew she was like bait for you in the end because you knew you'd wound her up, and that really set you off.
She gave me currency. I gave her currency, actually. I thought, actually, if she'd played on a few more days with me, she might have lasted a couple more days, and I may have hit that final. But there, alas, you make these mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, you did one scheme too far. That was your
Well, I was testing it. I knew she'd rush back in set, but I didn't realise it backfired quite as well as it did, actually. And then I was out. So
yeah, but you couldn't have done poor old George out of 3rd place, could you? Did you like George?
George was lovely. I mean, he didn't do too much, but his presence, you know, was there. And, of course, he had lots of anecdotes and that lovely wine. Yeah, we have wine. I came up on the bus one day. He hadn't seen me for a couple of days. He was lying in bed, and he said, you're back. He said, you sleep around, don't you? Because I'd slept in all the beds in the cab.
I know you had, including the bus with George.
Yes.
Now, your daughters, Olivia and Amber, they quite like Nicola.
Yes, they do. I was shocked when they came. They said she's a really nice girl. I don't know what's going on with her. I said, let's have none of that. What's she been putting in your sugar? Your tea, rather. Yeah. So, yeah, they did, yes. But I don't mind that. And actually, even at the airport, because she was sitting behind me on the plane. So I put the seat back, went wham, like that. Oh, sorry. Coffee all that.
Can you imagine?
Irritating.
30 hours with you doing that.
Yeah, it was.
You can make one of those. You remember that Shinzano advert with Joan Collins and Leonard Rossiter, where you could do that all over again. Couldn't you? That is a good idea.
I need the work.
You had a commercial game plan going in, didn't you? I mean, everybody knows who you are now, so now you've got to capitalise, right?
No, I want Kate Winslet. Could she sign my balls?
Yes,
I mean,
I'm sure she'll
Martina
sign
signed it already.
I'm sure she's up for that. She's coming in a few minutes' time.
Fantastic.
You're rubbing the autograph.
Hey, Take That are in as well later on.
Are they? Yeah. You don't want to know about them. It's Dollar you want to talk about. Come on. The 80s. That's the big thing these days.
Dollar. What about a Dollar revival? Except Teresa doesn't like you either now, does she?
No, it's going to be a bit hard then, isn't it? Yeah. But there is a Greatest Hits album due out on Universal in the new year. Greatest Hits. First time they've been on the seat.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes. Look at that. Who's that? Who's the prettier one?
The one on the right, actually.
From your point of view, of course.
You were brilliant, though. I still remember all the lyrics to Mirror, Mirror. And I remember Guys and Dolls
Well, look,
as well,
you're going to have a bit of space, aren't you?
I could team up with you for the revival.
Exactly. And at the rap party here, whenever it is, I don't know, you should stay, of course, sexy. But why don't we do Mirror, Mirror?
That is a damn good idea,
I won't charge.
Are you up for that?
Come January, you and I, the Dollar revival.
Why not? I think it'll work.
Butlins all over the country.
Yeah, well, get your heights a bit higher there. Mountains.
So there's a
vegetarian
cookbook. A tour with him.
Tour with Dollar.
It's all looking very good for the future.
It's all looking really rosy for both of us.
That's right, and we do pantomime together, eh?
That would be excellent.
Cinders, me buttons, of course, you know.
Yes.
Alternatively, you could just go home and, you know, you could just go home and just relax. You don't have to go on tour. It's not signed yet.
Dollar's appealing, though, I have to say.
There you go, you see. I think I can't possibly comment, but I admire your honesty. Often enough I used that remark today. Gotta get some new ones.
It is lovely, but exhausting to meet you.
Well, it should be. It should be. That's the idea, see. And the thing is, I want your seat.
That is a good idea. Well, it would be cult viewing, wouldn't it, if you joined here in January? Would you like to sit next to
I don't think he'd...
No, not at all.
Absolutely not. We'll swap jackets now.
Very nice. Well, we'll just...
Oh, I say...
We'll just crack on. Is that Martina's thing?
That's Martina's signed ball.
Here you go, mate. Here you go.
We're going to run out of time for Kate Winslet in a moment, aren't we?
Indeed. So if you, David, if you go out that way, we'll bring in Kate this way.
I didn't mean that.
She's got a wonderful new film she's going to talk about.
She's very sexy. I saw those pictures of her.
David?
Very sexy.
Your
Have I got to go?
Yes,
Can't I
sorry.
stay with her?
No.
Oh, you...
That's it.
All right, OK. Well, Emma, thank you for having me.
I'll see you in January. We don't need to rehearse, because I know all the lyrics.
I know. Well, I knew that anyway.
Cheers, David.
Well, God bless.
God bless you. Lovely to see you.
Take care.
That's quite sad, isn't it?
Waiting for me,
Whichever way you want to go is fine.
Well, your time's up.
Just go. Just go.
Cheers, David. Thanks very much indeed.
That's quite sad, isn't it?
Wandering off into the jungle.
Yeah,
Bye-bye,
look forward to it. Butlin's Minehead, the first gig, I think.
Nothing wrong with that. Stayed there. Right, Kate Winslet in a couple of minutes. We really do have to get on.